It's getting to be that time of year again. The next gen iPhones are going to be announced soon. Well, maybe later, but soon. This means we're going to be getting some new cases. So I wanted to talk to you about the 10 best companies I use and you should consider. So let's get started. If you're looking for tech reviews that give you the information that you actually care about, then hit that subscribe button and be sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. If you're using a smartphone, you should definitely have some kind of case on it if you care about protecting it at all. See, too many people have these brand new phones that look like they threw them down the stairs. But today, I have the 10 best companies that I've used that have some pretty awesome cases. Now, I will include links for all of these companies down below if you want to pick one of them up. But before I start, if you're in the market for a case, what do you want your case to do? Go ahead and leave a comment down below what you're looking for. All right, so first up, we have the folks over at Spec. I've been using these guys since the beginning. They've had a ton of different cases that I've absolutely loved. This is probably one of my favorite ones. They've got the cool grippy here. Now, if you like clear, there you go. But let's go ahead and throw this one on. Boom, there you go. They might not go on that easy, but you get the idea. So again, very grippy here on the bottom. Nice for you to hold on to. You don't feel like you're gonna drop your phone. But the really cool thing about these cases is super easy to do your volume rockers on there. Your silence button is very reachable on these because they've worked at it over the years. And again, the sleep wake button is very nice and very responsive. Cutouts on the bottom here are very good. You always got to be careful with depending on cases. If you use third-party plugs, you may not be able to get those in there, but this looks like it's pretty open and your speakers are open as well. But a very good protective case, something that I don't think you can go wrong. Great lay on the table for these, and as always, you should be using a screen protector on your phones, so that goes without saying. So let's go ahead and move on to another company that hasn't been around for a while called Urban Armor Gear. UAG, they do an awesome job. Now these cases are purely for protection. You're not gonna get thin. You're not gonna get something that's unobtrusive. You're gonna get a case that you can drop and not worry about. As you can see here, very stylistic. I love the look that they have on these cases with the bolts and whatnot. So absolutely awesome. I don't think you can go wrong with this style here. These things are super durable. You could pretty much just throw your phone down and just do pretty much whatever you want with it. Now, the bolts here on the bottom are not real bolts, but they certainly look like it, and you get a ton of lay on the table protection. Bottom, very well open. The responsiveness of the buttons are super awesome. No problem whatsoever using that and turning that on and off. And again, just an overall badass design. These guys haven't been around for a long time, but they definitely brought it when they started designing their cases. So very cool company. I like these a lot. So next up is something that is quite unique. Company by the name of Carved. Yes, you heard that right, carved. Like they literally carve their cases from somewhere in nature. Now, I've used this case for a little while, this one right here, but look how beautiful those cases are. And again, these offer some good protection, but are very minimalistic. Stylish, minimal, offer good protection. I think you'll be very happy with these. I absolutely love these. My daughter loves these. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and throw this one on right now. All right, so we got this bad boy in here now, and like I said, very minimalistic, a good bit of lay on the table here. I love the way that this fits, super tight, and like I said, very unobtrusive. The buttons are super easy, definitely responsive. You cannot go wrong with these. You have your silence over here, your rocker, which you can reach. Bottom is cut out, but definitely be careful if you've got something that's wider. A little bit of a tight tolerance there, but you should be okay. And everything else is cut out on the bottom. But this is the star of the show. If you're looking for style, no case is exactly the same. So take that for what it's worth. Absolutely awesome cases. A little more expensive, but definitely worth it in my opinion. Very protective, as it's telling me my weather here. Very protective. You could throw this around and not worry about having any problems with your phone. Like most cases these days, they offer some great drop protection. So next up is a pretty unique company that remind me a little bit of the OtterBox / LifeProof cases. This is a very good drop protection case, up to 10 feet. Now they also offer a waterproof case up to 33 feet. Now that's absolutely insane. Let's go ahead and just throw this on. And I grabbed the red version just because I think it looks cool. And here's the thing with their cases. Check out that sleep-wake button. It is very minimal. There's not much to press there. But guess what? Look at that. No problem whatsoever hitting that case open. And if you open it up, and same thing goes for the volume rockers, very unobtrusive. They don't stick out barely at all, but you certainly can bring your hand over it and feel if you got up and down. Now the really cool thing is with your silent button, you actually just twist and it will silence off, silent mode on. Very cool, very nice. You don't have to reach in there. So unique design brought over from their waterproof side, and their volume rockers and sleep wake button, absolutely awesome. Now the only thing I would say about this case that you got to be careful of as I try to get this in focus here for you is the bottom. This is very tight tolerances cut out here, so you got to be careful if you're using this case and make sure that your adapter will fit in there. So you've got great drop protection on the corners here, great lay on the table going on here, and look, a little bit of style. You got the cut open for your camera, and again, you can see your phone there. They offer a ton of different cases on their website. Like I said, they also offer a waterproof, so if you want to go to the beach or go to a pool, you can put that on there. Now I'm going to stop here for a second and talk about water resistance versus waterproof. Your iPhone is not waterproof, it's water resistant. So keep that in mind. You can still have a water damaged phone and it still work because it's water resistant. Keep that in mind. These cases, not this one in particular, but the case that Catalyst offers that's waterproof will protect your phone in all the elements, and you can still use it. So I just wanted to make that side note there. Very cool. I like this design. It may not necessarily go with the green, but I wanted to do some flashy red because a lot of the cases just match with the phone and don't go too crazy. Well, we'll talk about those in a minute. So if you are an old school fan of Element Case, this is something that you're used to, pieces of case. But what you're not used to is the fact that there's no screws on this one. So it is a rubber rail here, almost like a plastic. So you got some great drop protection, and they do have the rubber here in the corners. So very, very cool there. But this is great because all you do is drop your phone in. You've got some great protection on the back. And all you need to do is take this little hook on the bottom here, and you're going to slide that in. Now you're going to push it in so it's laying down completely, and you're just going to squeeze the case together a little bit. Make sure I'm on the right side here, and let me push that in just a little bit more. All right, there we go. And this will easily snap in place. And boom, there you go. Now I'm doing a little bit awkward there because I'm trying to hold it on the camera. Usually you'd pull it closer to yourself, but I'm reaching out trying to do that. But there's the case right there. Absolutely awesome design. I love the touch of red on the side. They have a ton of other designs on this. I love being able to show off the back of the phone. There are a lot of companies out there that do offer screen protectors for the back of the phone, so that might be an idea for something like this. But again, they've got some great lay on the table protection for both sides. And as far as the sleep wake button, extremely easy to use. And let's talk about the volume rockers there. Whoop, I just took a picture of the screen. So how easy it is, no problem whatsoever. Your silent button there is easy to reach. Bottom, tons of cutout on the bottom there. No problem with your third-party connectors. So I got a little helper here for the next case, and I actually used this case for a little while. This is a case from the company called Nomad. Leather case, very, very awesome case. And as you can see here, this is a little bit weathered because, again, it is leather. And once you use it after a while, it gets marked up. And I think it just looks absolutely awesome. This is a brand new one. This is one that's been used for a little bit. So Beth wants to go ahead and throw this one on for us here. So go ahead and snap that in place for me. You go, boom, push it down. And boom, it's in. And how does that look? Go ahead and keep it nice and low there and move it around. You can look at that one right there up top, and you can move it around. So this is an absolutely beautiful case. It smells absolutely wonderful because it's Horween leather. Let's go ahead and give it a sniff. Sniff test.
That smells good.
That smells good. So there's the case right there. Very cool, very stylistic. You have some great lay on the table protection here. Not as much as some other cases, but enough. Especially if you have a screen protector on, you should be good to go. And the volume rockers and sleek wake buttons, it's class when it comes to Nomad. You cannot go wrong with any of their cases. And you get some style. You get what you pay for with these, let's put it that way. Again, your silent mode there works well. The bottom of the case, nice cutouts here on the bottom, a little bit deep, so be careful with your third-party connectors and plugs. But I love the way that this feels because they do have a little scratchy point on the side here, so you know where you're at. These buttons are separated, so you're easy to feel those if you're reaching up and down. But they got a nice flat edge here on the side. Great feel on the case. Stylistic. You've got protection. Very minimal. So this is one of those cases that you can easily throw around. You can just do one of those. You want to throw that on the table there for me? You got no problems whatsoever protecting that, right? Absolutely awesome. So that's from the folks over at Nomad. They also have some very cool different cases here. They have this little folio case.
Yeah.
Which, oh, you like that case?
I like that.
Which is cool because you can throw a couple cards in there.
Yeah. Even money.
Even money, yeah. And you've got great style on the back and the front with some leather.
It looks so good.
That does look good, doesn't it?
It looks good. It smells good.
It smells good. You can say when it smells good, you can look at that and go, it smells good.
It smells good.
Ooh, that smells really good. So it smells like a belt. It smells like a belt. That's what I'm used to.
I don't know what smell like.
So next up, we have a very unique company by the name of Grovemade. Now, sadly, I don't know if they make this case anymore or not, but I wanted to talk about it because they make some other products that are absolutely awesome that you can use for your office. Now, this case is another folio style case, a la the one that we just talked about from Nomad. And this thing is really, really cool. Look at that. This is all handmade. This is a wooden case that they have here. So this is pretty neat. And, well, let's go ahead and just kind of drop this in there and go, whoa. So, this is an absolutely awesome looking case here. Again, just as far as the function goes, it may not be perfect for most people, but look at that. You can actually stand it up. You can watch videos on it like you can do with a lot of folio cases. You got a little bit of slot there for credit card or your driver's license. And a very stylistic case that smells pretty darn good. And you got wooden buttons here on the side that you think would not be usable a whole lot, but look at the response on that. So as we open that up, we'll go ahead and test out the volume. Look, I was looking at their website, looking at the other stuff that they have, but look at that. That is absolutely awesome. You can simply open that up if you want to use it just as a case. The tolerances for the silent button is a little bit tight there, and the same thing goes for the bottom here for your charging cord. So just be careful on that. And again, sadly, I don't know if they make this case anymore or not. Maybe they're waiting for the next iPhone to do another one and save a little bit of time and money. But a very cool looking case. Nonetheless, I wanted to talk about it because they do some other absolutely awesome stuff on their website for your office, so definitely check it out. So next up, we got a case company by the name of Poetic, and they do some pretty unique cases here. And this reminds me a little bit of Urban Armor gear with a little bit of a twist on their cases. But first and foremost, again, very cool, very stylistic cases. Extreme protection on these. You get a ton of drop protection, and I actually tried this case out as well. A little bit different. It comes with like a built-in screen protector, and what that means is this is actually connected to the case. And I've tried many of these in the past, and I was a little bit annoyed with how they work. Now, this doesn't make it waterproof. It's just like dust resistant and drop protection added. And I really like the way that this worked. The only thing is, make sure the phone is completely clean before you drop it in there, because if you get something underneath of it, it's going to drive you batty until you take it out. Not the easiest thing to take apart either, but that's good because you don't want it to fall out. But what I want to talk about is this rugged case right here. This is a lot of drop protection on here. The one thing that I wish was there a little bit more lay on the table on here, but as far as the function of the case goes, boom, sleep wake button is super easy, and the same thing goes for the volume rockers. I'll spare you having me to get back in there. And your silent mode button, while it is in there, it's definitely easy to reach. And on the bottom here, great cutout for your charging port, as well as these cutouts here. I don't really know what else to say about these cases. They're absolutely awesome. They're affordable and just super rugged as hell. You got one here with the kickstand, which I was trying out, and you can use that to watch videos and whatnot. So very, very cool case there. So next up is another case company that has been around for a long time, and they didn't start out as this name Spigen. They used to be called SGP cases. So if you're an old school fan, Spigen is SGP. Look at the styles of the cases that they have here. You've got super thin, you've got rugged function cases here. You can put a card case in that. You got a stand case here with a ton of protection. I mean, they've got everything for you, and the gamut is covered when it comes to Spigen and their cases. My favorite screen protectors, which actually I have on here right now, and some of my favorite cases over the years. Again, much like Spec, these guys have been around since the beginning and have always offered cutting edge style. And you know what? Let's go ahead for those fanboys out there that like minimalistic. You can simply just boom, drop this on. Now, again, while you have very minimal lay on the table protection here, if you got a screen protector on, you're pretty well covered. No buttons to worry about as they are opened up. Same thing goes for your silent rocker here. You can easily reach that. Bottom's completely cut out, so you got no worries about there with any ports not being able to be open wide enough to reach your plugs. And again, a very simple, elegant looking case. Absolutely awesome. Very, very cool case. All their cases are super, super affordable. You want to go a little bit more protection, you can drop that in there. You got some covered buttons right there. You want to go even more extreme protection, boom, you've got that bad boy right there. Everything is super sleek. Look at that. Way laid in there, and you just reach your finger across it, and you can use your buttons. Same thing goes for the power sleep awake button there. Absolutely awesome. Got a little kickstand, as I just mentioned. They got a ton of different cases, and this is just a few of the cases that they offer. You want some style there, you want a kickstand, you want to be able to see your phone, boom. I know I spend a lot of time on these, but Spigen, they can do no wrong in my book. I love their products. Certainly last but not least is a company that I've actually covered on this channel before, Ballistic. They have gone through some changes. They are another company that likes to offer style with function and give you drape protection. Drape? Did I say drape protection? I mean great protection. And something that's very minimal that will give you what you want without feeling like you're losing it. But man, I tell you, if you want the big boy here, you want some protection, you want a clip, you want to do that side clip dad stuff, they got that as well. And full protection on these. Now, what I love about the style here is every single one of these cases has some great protection on the corners here that you can drop. Now you see here, these are red. They do make these inserts. You can actually pop them out and change the colors. The cases do come with different ones in here, so you can simply slide that out and boom, you got a little pick here to help you take them out, and you can change them out and do a little bit of a style change on your phones. Absolutely awesome. Each of these phone cases, depending on their ruggedness, have a drop rating. That one's 12 foot, that one's 12 foot, 12 foot, 14 foot, 15 foot, we got 10 foot. I mean, drop protection galore. That's what Ballistic is all about, but style as well. Let's go ahead and boom! I don't know how good that was. That was really tough getting that phone in there, because look at this. Massive lay on the table protection there. You've got your sleep wake button, but look, it's like butter. This absolutely is awesome. You've got no problem you losing your volume rockers there. Very deep on there, so if you got fat fingers, that might be a little bit of an issue, but no issue with plugs here. Very big open cut port there. And again, some nice style on the back here. Very small Ballistic on the bottom there. So Ballistic did something really cool with this ring around the camera here. And I do talk about it in a video that I did for all of these cases. This is something that I think you should definitely check out. So I want to take a second and thank all the companies for sending out the cases that they did. I love every single one of these cases. I used most of them throughout, and you're not going to be disappointed. Some are a little more expensive than others, but you get what you pay for when it comes to these cases. These things are absolutely awesome. So thank you so much, guys, for sending these out to me for review. If you want to check out what I'm talking about with this lens, go ahead and click that video, which actually will be showing up in a second because I got something else to show you. And of course, don't forget, when that subscribe button pops up, go ahead and check it out. You guys take it easy, and I'll see you later. Can you hear that? School starts in a couple days. She's going back full time. Please keep school open full time. Please keep it open full time.